Snow gently fell over the quiet village of Westbrook, resting between mountains and pine trees. The morning sun painted the rooftops golden, and thin smoke curled from old wooden chimneys. In a small wooden cabin near the forest lived an 18-year-old boy, Aiden. His clothes were worn, his hands rough from work, but his eyes held a quiet strength. Every day, he helped his aging father chop wood, earning barely enough to survive. He dreamed of a different life, one where he could see the world beyond these frozen hills. But dreams are luxuries for the poor. One cold morning, while Aiden worked alone in the forest, the sound of a car engine echoed through the snow. A luxury car had stopped near the path, its tires half buried in ice. From it stepped out a girl, graceful, dressed in a white coat and scarf, like a vision born of snow. Her name was Ella, 17 years old, daughter of a wealthy businessman who owned nearly all the land in Westbrook. Her car was stuck. When Aiden approached to help, she looked at him curiously, a poor boy, yet calm and kind. "Do you live here?" she asked softly. "Yes," Aiden replied, smiling shyly, "in a small cabin by the river." He helped fix her car while snowflakes danced around them. As she left, she smiled, a small, warm smile that lingered in his memory like sunlight in winter. Days passed, and then she came again, walking through the snow, holding a book in her hands. "I thought you might like this," she said. Aiden took the book gently, not realizing that this simple act had begun something extraordinary. They started meeting by the frozen river, laughing, talking, learning about each other's worlds. She taught him about cities and stars. He taught her how to carve wood. Once, he made her a small wooden heart and gave it to her, saying, "It's not gold, but it's made from my hands." She smiled, that kind of smile that changes lives. As winter faded and spring touched the hills, their bond deepened. But love does not grow unnoticed. Ella's father, Mr. Hamilton, soon discovered their secret. Rage consumed him. "How dare you shame our family with a poor woodcutter?" he shouted. He locked Ella in her room and warned Aiden never to come near her again. Nights grew long. Rain poured endlessly. Aiden stood outside her mansion, calling her name, but only silence answered. Through the window, Ella cried, powerless, trapped by walls of wealth. He whispered into the night, "I'll come for you. I promise." And one night, he did. Under a sky filled with snow and lightning, Ella escaped her father's house. She ran through the woods, her breath turning to mist in the cold. When she saw Aiden waiting by the old bridge, her eyes filled with tears, not of fear, but freedom. Hand in hand, they ran until dawn broke over the mountains. They found a small wooden house in a distant town, far from anyone who knew them. Life there was hard, yet beautiful. Aiden worked as a carpenter, building furniture from dawn till dusk. Ella cooked simple meals, sometimes burning them, but laughing every time. At night, they'd sit under a flickering candle, holding hands, whispering dreams of a small, peaceful forever. But happiness, for the poor, is often short-lived. One evening, Ella fell ill, her body weak, her skin pale. Aiden ran from one clinic to another, begging for help, but no doctor wanted to treat a man who couldn't pay. He held her hand through sleepless nights, whispering, "You'll be fine, my love. You have to be." But her strength faded. Snow began to fall again, softly against the window. With her last breath, Ella smiled and said, "If there's another life, I'll find you again." No matter how rich I am, Aiden's tears fell silently onto her hand. Outside, the snow covered the world in white, as if trying to hide the pain. Years passed. Westbrook changed, but near the frozen river, a lone man still came every winter. He sat by the ice, carving small wooden hearts, each one with the same name engraved upon it, Ella. They say when the wind passes through the valley, you can still hear a girl's laughter echoing in the snow, and a boy whispering her name into the cold.